next day. So the issue of 3 days, Madam Speaker, does not arise. It is the next day. The next question.
The issue of children.
Familiarity of children. Madam Speaker and honorable senators, I'm very good at knowing the faces of people once well exposed to me. When I go to fundraise with my friend, I'm not fundraising with the children, it's the adults whom I fundraise with. We sometimes do these fundraisings, all of us, honorable leaders, honorable senators, with the people in the village, the invited guests, and therefore, we may have our children out there, some in school, some wherever they may be, and I will want to still remain that I cannot identify all the children of all my friends. It is not possible for anyone, and I will be lying if I said that, Madam Speaker.
Senator Charadike.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'll be precise with an eye of a military marksman. One, Mr. Deputy Governor, can you table your evidence? Can you table a phone as part of the evidence now so that we can cross-check those numbers that you're talking about, Wahito and Aminga? Number one. Number two, what is your relationship with other leaders in Kisii County? Number three, who ensures that there is proper budgetary utilization of funds in Kisii County? And finally, how do you feel that the father of Dennis, how do you feel that your brother testified against you? And how do you feel the father testified against the son, Madam Speaker, so that we get the feeling that is happening? And finally, what is your relationship with the governor, Simbarati? I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, as I respond, I will request that where I'll miss some of the questions, the Honorable Senator would remind me for tabling the phone. I will request your directions, Madam Speaker, that I'd left my phone with my security out here. If the Sergeant at Arms can get the phone for the view by the Honorable Senators. That's my request, Madam Speaker.
Sergeant at Arms, you can assist him so he can just open the page where the list of names was downloaded. To answer the rest
I have no
of the
objection,
questions.
Madam Speaker, if they can be doing that. My relationship with the Kisii politicians is the next question. And Madam Speaker, I've been a politician for some time now. And I can confidently say I have very good relationship with my colleagues, politicians in Kisii. And in circumstances where we do not agree, we have sought to solve and make ourselves agree as politicians. I hope I've answered that. I have a very good relationship with my colleague politicians across the board. On the issue of who ensures the budget of the Kisii counties used, Madam Speaker, this, I referred to it earlier, that Madam Speaker, I will say it is the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer of the county to ensure absorption of resources given by the government, the national government. The budget that you give us from this house is used effectively, Madam Speaker. And so that's my affirmation that there is a CEO to ensure we spend our resources. on the issue of Joseph Misati and his son, Dennis Misati. Then the situation of my brother and myself. This is very unfortunate, Madam Speaker, that one family will have, family members will have to move out of the family circles and come to solve their family disputes in the Senate. It is unfortunate, and I want to say here, Madam Speaker, I felt so much embarrassed that a member of the parliament in this country will find his way, that's myself, for some reason, find a reason to come here and talk about family issues in the Senate. It is unfortunate, and I regret the situation, Madam Speaker, for both Mr. Joseph Misati and his son, and myself and my brother who was here yesterday evening. On the question of my relationship with my governor, the Honorable, His Excellency, the Honorable Paul Simbarati, I want to make it clear that we have had a strained relationship from the time we came into office on matters that are official. And indeed, I'm convicted that it is from that perspective that I am before this Senate today on a matter of impeachment because of the official questions and discussions I've tried to hold with the governor, and we do not seem to pull together. One of them, honorable members of the Senate and Madam Speaker, is the question of the budget absorption, where for 2 consecutive years, we have remained number 47 out of 47 in development resource absorption. In the first year, we did 13.9% of the resource absorption. In the next quarter, the first quarter of this year, Madam Speaker, this financial year, we have done 1.7% resource absorption, and in the first half of this year, we have done 3.9%, and these are the areas of.
Let me guide you. You should be responding to the question you were asked. I feel you have not responded to it. Respond to that question, please. The last question, your relationship with the DG, if I got it correct, with the governor, your relationship with the governor.
Madam Speaker, I'm not hearing you. Maybe if they can raise the power for your mic, I can hear you.
Your relationship with the governor, that was the last question.
Madam Speaker, is the same question I'm dealing with, that the relationship between me and my governor has been deteriorating day in, day out as we moved through the period we've served in the Kisii County. I hope I've answered.
Yes, you have. Senator Asige Kegei Crystal.
Madam Speaker, sorry.
And before we take Senator Asige's question, you have the phone now. Open the page which was downloaded and attached to the document, and the Sergeant at Arms will present it to the Secretariat desk, the clerk's desk, and Senator Charadige can have a look at it.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
It is your point of order.
Madam Speaker, I remember last night I was almost the last person to leave this chamber. Today I've been here since morning.
So have
And
the other
questions,
senators.
let me ask my question, Madam Speaker, with all respect. And the people who are asking questions in the previous session they are the same people asking questions. Just tell me why I'm here. Then if we can just have them to ask questions, then we can watch like others at home.
Senator Karungo Dhangwa, just on a point of information, you have been in the House, and that is a legitimate expectation of the people who brought you to Senate, that you should be in Senate attending to proceedings. You have been attending the proceedings, and other senators have also been attending the proceedings of this impeachment. And I believe all senators have an equal right to seek clarifications and seek questions. So we have used the board that has been showing us the names of the prioritization. So I would urge you, when you want to clarify, you always press your button early, so that, because we use it as a guide on the speaker's side. But having said that, we will bring up more senators who have not had a chance to ask the questions, but all are equally entitled. Senator Asige,
Yes.
as the phone is making its way to the Secretariat desk.
Thank you, Speaker. If that comment by Senator Thangwa was directed at me, I have to assure him that yesterday I only spoke one time. So I'm not one of the ones who have spoken a lot yesterday. Speaker, I want to speak on behalf of the struggling politicians, because I feel like I am one, whereby if I were to be missing 100,000 shillings in my M-Pesa, I have to admit, I would definitely notice immediately. And that's where my particular question will focus. And I wanted to just engage the DG, if you would allow me. Mr. DG, could you kindly just clarify how you make M-Pesa transaction? Is it through the M-Pesa app? It's through the M-Pesa app?
Yes.
Oh, it is, okay.
It is, Madam Speaker.
Okay, great. So you are somewhat tech savvy, then that has been confirmed. I also want to just confirm the process through which you transact on M-Pesa, and maybe you'll agree or disagree at the end. Number one, Speaker, I'm aware that when you use the M-Pesa app, you have to choose the person that you're sending money to, the recipient. And the next stage is to put in the amount that you want to send. And the next stage is to put in your PIN. And then there is a pop-up that comes which asks you to confirm that those details that you have input are correct before you either cancel or accept that transaction, whereby you would have seen the recipient's name pop up on that, inaitwa hakikisho in Swahili. And then once you have, if you said accept, if you confirm that those are the right details, Speaker, you press accept, and then, as another senator has said, you'll receive a transaction confirmation with the exact same details, so that you can confirm that you have sent the correct amount to the correct person at said time. Now, with all of those different confirmation opportunities, I wanted to really clarify, because he uses the M-Pesa app, and you have to be tech savvy to use it. How did you not see those confirmation pop-ups that came through the M-Pesa app for you to confirm whether you're sending the money to the right person? Thank you.
Madam Speaker, I've already heard that, I'm sorry, that I missed those pop-ups and sent money knowing that I've